So, all right. So, the first one is I slept with my cousin. And Ronnie, and Dougie looked at him like, the fuck? What? He was like, yeah, but like that was like my third cousin. Like she wasn't like no first cousin or like no second cousin. She was like my third cousin. Like, yeah, it just kind of happened. And I'm like, what you mean it just kind of happened? Like when you was little? You talking about when you was little? He was like, no, we was 20. I'm like, you slept with your cousin as a full grown adult and you knew that was your cousin? And you you just went with it? He was like, look, so what it was is like we were just exchanging glances, and it one thing just led to another, and the way that we looked at it is like, look, we like third cousins. We not really close like that. So yeah, we agreed to do it and we did it. And I'm like, he was like, but I mean, I would say that I wouldn't do it again, but I would do it again. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I started drinking my drink because I'm like, ain't no way you just sat up here and told us that you had sex with your cousin? My best friend is here. Why would you say that in front of company? Like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. And then Ron was like, okay, so what's the second one? He was like, I've never told anyone this. It's like, okay, what is it? He was like, so me and my younger sister just got cool. We just got back cool. I was like, okay, yeah. He was like, cause like growing up, like when she started to develop, I started to like, me being a man, I just started to like look at her. I like, look, don't, I've never touched my sister. Never. I would just like look at her. And I'm looking at him like, and then Dougie looking at him like, He was like, but she saw how I was looking at her and it made her uncomfortable. And she told my mama, and they was just trying to get me under control, like just get everything under control. He's like, but I suppressed everything. It was just like that natural feeling a man has, like when he sees somebody developing. That's all that was. And I'm looking at him like, your sister. How old is your sister? Like, you said your younger sister. He's like, oh, she like 2 years younger than me. I'm like, okay. He's like, but look, I ain't never touched her. Like, and I talked to God about that because I was going through a dark time, and I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19, and then we was in a church heavy, and my grandpa, he's a pastor, my papa, he's a pastor, and like he was just telling us how he always preached that you don't need to have sex before marriage, and I never touched my sister. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm looking. I'm just like, yo, you very passionate about that. He was like, but I'm just telling y'all this so that y'all know. And it's like we really just got reconnected, a couple of months ago, where we sat down and I apologized and she forgave me because she said I made her feel so uncomfortable growing up. Like I made her just because she saw how I was looking at her, and it just made her so uncomfortable. And I'm just like, yo, I never wanted you to feel that way. I'm so sorry, like this and that. Like I'm still your big brother. It's not nothing like that. And we moved on from that. She's like, we're moving on from that. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And I'm just drinking my drink because you done dropped a lot of bombshells today, sir. A lot of bombshells today. But damn, you are so nice. Like, you are so nice. We get along so well. We have great conversations. But damn. Fuck. So I'm looking at Ronnie. Ronnie looking at me. And we just kind of like just blow past that. And Marvin's like, all right, let me ask the next question. So he pulled a card and it said something along the terms of like abuse or anything. And then he directed it towards me, and that's when I was like saying how I came from an abusive relationship, because I had already told him all of this prior, that I came from an abusive relationship. I never got into details on how abusive it was. Like, never. I just was just like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend, who is my youngest son's dad, used to beat on me, and yeah, I left it at that. But when they asked about it this time, I was just like, and he was positive. And then they looked at me. I was like, but you see my test results. I'm not. And by the grace of God, I never contracted it, but he was. And they were just like, when did he get it? I'm like, I don't know if he had it before he met me or if he got it while he was with me, but he didn't tell me that he had it until we was 4 years into the relationship. And he went to the doctor. Like, when he went to the doctor told him he had it. That's when he came home and he told me he had it. But we was 4 years in already, so I have no way of knowing. And they was just looking at me, and I'm just like, and he was messing with men. And they just looking, and Marlon just looking. I'm just like, I mean, that's how that goes. And then everything just got quiet, and I'm just like, yeah, but everything's fine now. I mean, I don't really have to worry about him too much. I ain't like running from him or anything. It's just complicated. It's just complicated. I'm just trying to get my life back together. Like, I kind of want to go back to school because I only got a semester left. Like, I want to do that, but I got to get these kids back. I'm like, I'm supposed to get Jackson back next week because they got to start school the following week. So it's like I got to get him back and get him, enrolled and started in school. And then I'm not going to be able to get King enrolled. And they was like, who's King? I was like, that's my ex's son who, I brought with me when I escaped. But he's not biologically mine, and I haven't been able to get in contact with his mom to like see how I can go about this process. So I don't even know if I'm gonna even be able to keep him with me. So I got a lot going on. Y'all don't see it, but I got a lot going on. And they were just like, no, it's fine, it's okay. I'm like, I'm gonna just keep praying about it, and like, everything always works itself out. Like, that's my life. I get some hard times, but everything always works itself out. So I'm not stressing about it too much. And that's when Marlon chimed in. He was just like, yeah, you're right. Everything do always work itself out, and this is gonna work itself out. I'm sorry you went through that, Key. Like, I really am, because you're an amazing woman. I don't even understand why you went through any of that. And then, like, and men, like, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with, men with men. Because he looked at Ronnie. And I'm looking at Ronnie because I'm looking at Ronnie and I'm looking at him because I'm just like, don't you get disrespect. We not. He was like, it ain't nothing wrong with that. He's like, honestly, in the Bible, like, God doesn't say that he condemns it at all. Everything is okay in the eyes of the Lord if you're married. And I'm looking at him like what you mean if you're married? He was like, because God got a sense of humor. So if you're in the bedroom with your wife and you want to bring in, a man, God is okay with that. He approves of that because he has like this funny sense of humor in the Bible when it comes to that in relations, because you can invite someone into your bedroom as a married couple. And I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, what are you saying right now? Because you saying a lot of stuff that's a little bit off. Like, a little bit off. You said a lot of stuff that's off today. He's like, yeah, because God doesn't frown on homosexuality. He doesn't. He doesn't condemn it at all. Everything is okay in the eyes of the Lord if you're married. So, say, for instance, you and your wife are married and you want to bring in a man into y'all bedroom. God is not going to condemn you for that. He's not. He is okay with that. But if you weren't married and you wanted to bring a man in, he's not okay with that. It's only okay if you're married. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he was just like, yeah, I know my principles may seem a little bit off right now, but I promise you, like, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense. And I apologize for rambling because I ramble all the time. But that's why I appreciate you, Key, because you let me ramble. And I'm looking at him like, nigga, you about to ramble yourself, me out your goddamn life. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Like what? What? So he then goes on to say, just like God doesn't, condemn homosexuality, Hitler was a great man.